Hello, it's Cried here, with an example of how to properly build for the Carian Sorcery Sword, even at level 150, and not just as a low-level gimmick. The Carian Sorcery Sword is a unique weapon that, while on the main hand, replaces your heavy attack with spellcasting, while on the offhand, it replaces your main hand weapon's Ash of War for spellcasting instead. One thing you need to know is that this thrusting sword's sorcery scaling is very front-loaded, so I don't suggest running it on a build with over 60 intelligence, as you lose a lot of damage once you're choosing between casting with this sword or a backloaded glintstone staff. This does not mean that you shouldn't spend more than 60 points in intelligence if you have the points to spare and still want to run this sword though. It just means that optimizing for this sword will usually mean putting points into somewhere else, like vigor and endurance. This is the basics that you should understand. Secondly, this sword also has less attack rating than any magic-infused thrusting sword. I want to quickly point these 2 points out, in case you didn't watch my thrusting swords video for the full details. So, should you run this thrusting sword two-handed, on your main hand, or on your offhand? Two-handing this thrusting sword is the worst choice. You should never ever do this, because you lose out on the flexibility that this weapon allows you. The whole point of running this thrusting sword is to save swapping a weapon and still be able to do two things. If you're running it two-handed, you might as well run a magic cleanrod knight sword in your main hand, with an Academy's glintstone staff on your offhand instead. You can even shoot for higher intelligence and go for a Carian regal staff. This way, you will have access to a longer and stronger thrusting sword, while having an infusible weapon art of choice. It can still be impaling thrust, but you have the option to change it, and also retain access to your heavy attack, which the Carian Sorcery Sword does not have. Furthermore, you will have more sorcery scaling with an optimized glintstone staff. Sure, two-handing the thrusting sword does do more poise damage than one-handing it, but this only comes into play if your opponent's poise is within a range that would make this matter. And while it is one extra step, you can always two-hand your cleanrod if you need to. Next, how about main-handing this sword with another weapon in your offhand? This is a much better choice, as this gives you access to another weapon type's moveset or something like a shield. Granted, I definitely do not suggest only running this weapon with a shield and using it to guard counter for stance break while also casting spells. At that point, please just run both the rapier and a staff on your main hand. It really isn't that difficult to have a single weapon to swap to, and your raw performance will easily increase by 20%. And it also scales better into higher intelligence. Okay, back on topic. While running another weapon on your offhand, you can also access its weapon art by two-handing your offhand weapon. Furthermore, this gives you the benefit of another moveset, which can include another thrusting sword for power stancing. The same can be said for running the Carian Sorcery Sword on your offhand. I would argue that running the Carian Sorcery Sword on your offhand is even better than running it on the main hand most of the time. Not only are you not locked out of a heavy attack, you are able to abuse the thrusting sword's faster offhand frame data if your main hand is not another thrusting sword. Offhand thrusting sword comes out 2 frames faster than when held on the main hand, which is quite deadly with 88 poise damage in PvP. And the biggest downside is being locked out of your main hand's weapon art, which you can easily solve by two-handing your main hand weapon when you need to cast the weapon art. An extra step indeed, but easily manageable, especially if you're just running 2 weapons. No need to juggle something too complicated. You can even have access to the Carian Sorcery Sword's impaling thrust by two-handing your offhand sorcery sword. I will give an example of how this works with a PvP build and some PvP commentary later, as I do believe that this weapon shines the best in PvP. Here are my stats on Prisoner. You can see that I have invested into a lot of endurance. This is because a great way to spend our additional stat points is to put it into endurance for a tankier setup and also to hold my main hand weapon of choice, a Colossal Sword. I think Colossal Sword is a good combo with Offhand Thrusting Sword, as Colossal Sword provides hyper armor even when one-handed. It allows you to trade well in straight trades through its raw attack power. Meanwhile, Thrusting Swords cover the Colossal Swords by giving you a quick moveset to poke down enemies. I have 21 strength here, but our build actually requires 26 strength. I'm getting 5 strength from the Horned Warrior Helm. The rest of the armor are just heavy armor. I am going for the 89 poise breakpoint to be able to poise other one-handed thrusting swords and some other attacks that do less poise damage. And these are my talismans: Erdtree's Favor, Crimson Amber, and Great Jar to help with HP and wearing even fatter armor. I went with the Radagon icon to help with more casting speed too, as I want the few casts that we do perform to be as snappy as possible. For the Colossal Sword of choice, I went for the Royal Greatsword. This sword works very well for us, as we need 19 points into Dexterity for the Carian Sorcery Sword anyway. It also has the lowest strength requirement out of the top choices. This Colossal Sword gives very high attack, definitely the highest available to us with our stats, which usually comes at the cost of a not so great weapon art for PvP. But we're rarely going to use it anyway, and we happily replace its skill with our Carian Sorcery Sword's spellcasting. As for the spells I'm running for this build, I tried keeping it simple to just 4 spells. But here, I do want to talk about something. I have seen people run this weapon poorly. Why do I say that? If you're only going to be casting with this weapon, then you might as well run a staff, right? You have to be using the Thrusting Sword's moveset for it to work better than a staff. For the people who have used this weapon, just count how often you're actually using the Thrusting Sword moveset. This is why I don't suggest running this sword with spells like Carian Slicer. Don't get me wrong, Slicer is a strong spell, but it tends to be strong because of its raw damage and FP efficiency. It only deals 51 poise damage, which is not a whole lot. If you're at melee range swinging around a Carian Slicer on a 60 intelligence build with a Sorcery Sword, you are doing far less damage than you would on a Carian Regal Scepter or a Lusat at 80 intelligence. You lose out big time on the damage pressure when you could have just stabbed the guy for 88 poise damage using a much faster attack instead. You can even swing your Colossal Sword with its hyper armor. Point is, your build has melee range covered, so I do recommend ranged spells you can use to poke enemies at a distance, or force them into a melee confrontation. To that extent, the Swift Glintstone Shard and Star Shower are typical but very solid spells to run. I like Gravitational Missile a lot for its AoE and area control, so I'm running that too. And the last one is a Carian Piercer for potential roll catch. Nothing too complicated. Feel free to add more spells yourself. Remember to like and subscribe for more breakdowns. And now, let's get into some duels. A jump attack. Nice. Oh, that was a longer step in than I thought. I was gonna poke with my thrusting sword, but I should have used my Colossal instead. He's almost dead, probably one last poke. I'm gonna use my Gravitational Missile as a smokescreen. Nice! That worked out perfectly. I think that's a two-handed spear, or is that a great spear? Probably a great spear. Okay, we're still gonna win the hyper armor trades. Oh, he was too close. Gravitational Missile has quite a wide AoE, honestly. poke here. Nice. Got him once. Oh, he got me too. We'll trade in, and there we go. It's really hard to trade a Colossal Sword in a 1-to-1 trade. I don't think he can beat us with just a Beastman Cleaver if I play carefully. All I have to do is keep swinging my Colossal at the right timing, and even my Thrusting Sword should outspace him, so it's gonna be a rough match for him. Oh, he took out his shield. Maybe he will go for a parry. You can actually parry a one-handed Colossal. Okay, he took a lot of damage there, and we just need to whittle him down. Honestly, I can two-hand my Colossal, but okay, I didn't need it here. Nice. A Mesmer build without the spear. Okay, let's just trade here. We have the tankier armor, so it wouldn't work out great for him. A quick poke as he jumps past, and annoy him a bit to see if he comes close again. We trade positive with our Colossal traits. Oh, and there we go, another mutual hit. I have no idea what that emote says, but okay. Oh, I thought I was hit there. That was probably like 2 pixels off. He might go for a parry, yep. So I can two-hand my sword here, and Colossal Swords can be parried while two-handed, or I can use my jump attacks too. And since it's a golden parry, we can spell as well. Honestly, a build like this has very many answers, and that's what you want. You want to definitely use the right answer at the right time. Still, I'm gonna still be careful and see if I can just take as little damage as possible, even though we're currently in the lead. No stupid traits. Get him close. Ah, I didn't hit. Nice. Last hit. Nope. Okay, there we go. Alright. Oh, this fling incantation. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, okay, I mistimed that. Oh, no, no. Oh, that was a panic. Oh. Okay, I definitely screwed up this one. Still not too used to the incantation timing sometimes. And yeah, honestly, that was just my bad. This is a very large HP deficit. Not great. Okay. That was a bit slow. I walked right into that one. Oh yeah, I definitely panicked. Right outside his range? Yep. Oh, that was pretty cinematic, if I do say so myself. Okay, we trade positive with this light greatsword. A poke and a hit. There we go. Put on pressure. He did not dodge. Alright, some more long range pressure, so I'll drink my FP flask now. He's going for the catch flame now. It's really quick. Up just a bit slow and catch. Nice. Oh wait, his name is Dance With Me. Okay, you know what? Two-hand it is, just full-on Colossal Sword. I'll even use my Wolf's Assault. Okay, yeah, I didn't think that would hit. That's fine, just pure melee. Well, okay, yeah, that was a quick dance. A fingerprint shield and a golden halberd. It's one of those great pots. Even if you dodge it, you just get hit by the status effect. Unfortunately. Oh, and sleeve crossbows too. Alright. Basically everything's game for this guy. Blast him through the wall. Nice. That actually worked. Yeah, of course he heals. Alright. A Carian retaliation? Okay. We will definitely have to watch out for the parry. Let's two-hand my Colossal. Oh, I think I should have done a roll attack. Ooh. Dodge? Okay. That gravity was not the best cast. I wanted to... I thought he would not be that aggressive. Nice, the piercer worked out. Okay, now poke him with the thrusting sword. Oh, I forgot to untwo-hand. That was my bad. Definitely could have won. Okay, not too sure what his setup is. Weapon swapping, I'm guessing. That just hit him right at the edge. If only I could have followed up. Nice. If he's holding guard, I can just hit him with a Swift Glintstone. He was too far, so that was a great dodge. Oh, I should have went for the Colossal instead of the thrusting. Now, I guess I can just poke him down. Oh, of course. A swap to this weapon. Great. Alright, let's just find an opportunity to poke him down. There we go. Star Shower really makes people roll. And then thrusting into Colossal. Nope, he kept rolling. I hyper armored that. Ooh, that hit. I'll go for a piercer. Right outside of range. Let's use this pillar, a running attack. And a swing. And hyper armor. GG. Okay, rude. Gravitational AoE. Too bad. I think he left. That's fine. If we just stay on him, we can keep pressuring that stance. And don't let him stance. Put pressure with our fast attack speed. And there we go. Poke, 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 and we win. Okay, I'm at max rank now. If this is a good round, I'll call it the last round. Let's see. Oh, I think this one's using the halberd whip combo with, yeah, okay, definitely. That thing actually has a very short range, so it's actually not that scary. And we have hyper armor too, so it's actually not a true combo on us if we're attacking. Alright, pokes. Alright, perfect time to refresh our FP and swing! Yep, just hyper armored that. Okay. A poke. When your thrusting sword is outranged by the whip, you definitely want to put some pressure with the spell. Nice. GG. I think that'll be the last one. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and see you next time.